All right, let's dive into this book I just finished, Money Goes Where It's Needed.
Oh, yeah. I've heard good things.
Yeah. It really got me thinking differently about money, like where we put it, and how we think about it.
It's not like your typical personal finance book, is it?
No, not at all. It's not about like budgeting tips. It goes way deeper.
Yeah, it's more about like the forces that are behind money, like how it moves around.
Right. And the book's main idea is that money is like this energy source.
Hmm.
It's always moving towards like solutions or value.
Interesting.
I'll admit, when I first read that, I was like,
Right?
money is energy.
Yeah.
But the more I read, the more it made sense.
Yeah.
The book has this great analogy. It says to think of money like water,
Okay.
always flowing downhill, right? Or like electricity.
Taking the path of least resistance?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So money naturally goes where the demand is,
Makes sense.
like water flowing downhill.
So like when there's a problem to be solved or a need,
Yeah.
money goes there to fill that gap.
And this isn't just some theory. The book gives all these examples, like from history, the Industrial Revolution.
Oh, interesting.
It wasn't just about people inventing things. It was about those inventions meeting a real need.
A demand.
Yes, like mass production.
So James Watt and his steam engine.
Right.
It wasn't just a cool invention.
Yeah.
It solved a big problem.
What was that?
Back then, they needed power for the factories. All these new factories and mills, they needed a better way to power them.
Oh, I see.
So Watt solved that problem. And that attracted a ton of money.
Wow. I never thought of it like that.
Yeah.
So how does this apply to today's world? Like the companies we see, like Uber or Amazon?
Those are great examples. Because think about it. Uber didn't invent cars.
Yeah.
Amazon didn't invent online shopping.
Right. They just saw a need.
Exactly. They saw what wasn't working.
The inefficiencies.
Yes. Like Uber saw how hard it was to get a taxi.
And Amazon, how limited stores were.
Right. And Netflix saw how much people wanted on-demand entertainment. By fixing those problems, they got tons of money and changed their whole industries.
So it's not always about inventing something totally new. It's about seeing where things could be better.
Exactly. Find those gaps, those problems.
That's where the opportunity is.
The book says we should look at our own lives this way, too.
So it's not just about how money works in general. It's about our own personal finances.
Exactly. Think about how you spend money right now.
Hmm.
What are your biggest needs?
Like rent, food.
Yeah. Or maybe you're investing in your education or starting a side hustle.
It's all going towards something I need.
You're already part of this flow of money, whether you realize it or not.
That's a really cool way to look at it.
It gives you power. When you understand this, you can make better choices with your money.
Makes me rethink that thing I bought the other day. Haha.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so money flows to needs. And we see how that works in history and now. But the book goes further, right? What about this idea of scarcity?
Oh, yeah, that was a really interesting part.
Because when something is scarce, it becomes more valuable, right?
People will pay more for it.
But the book goes deeper than that. It's not just about limited resources,
Right. It talks about like a scarcity of convenience.
of efficiency.
Yeah, almost like scarcity can be a feeling,
Mhm.
not just a real physical limit.
Like with Uber and Amazon again.
Exactly. Their success wasn't just about limited taxis or limited stuff in stores. It was about the lack of convenience.
Oh,
People wanted easier ways to do things. And those companies gave them that.
So now I see the connection. We need to look for those things that are missing, those gaps.
That's where you can create something
hmm
and attract money by filling that need.
It's like a treasure hunt for opportunities.
I like that.
But there's more, right? The book also gets into feelings.
Oh, yeah, the emotional side of spending. I love that part.
I wasn't expecting that from a finance book.
It's what makes the book special.
It says that our financial decisions, they aren't always logical.
Our emotions play a big role.
Oh, I know that's true. Sometimes I buy things. And I know I shouldn't.
But you feel like you have to.
Yes. It's like an emotional pull.
The book talks about the big psychological needs that drive our spending,
Like what?
like status, belonging, self-improvement, even escape.
Okay, let's break those down. Starting with status. The book says luxury brands use this.
Oh, yeah. They tap into our desire for status and identity. It's not just about the product itself.
It's about the image.
Like a Rolex watch or a designer bag. They're more than just a watch or a bag.
They're symbols.
Exactly. Of success. Exclusivity. People pay a lot for them because they're buying into that feeling.
And what about self-improvement, like the whole wellness industry?
That's huge right now. Everyone wants to be better.
Fitness trackers, meditation apps,
Organic food.
everything.
It's not just about being healthy anymore.
Right. It's about feeling good about yourself inside and out. It's about finding balance, fit,
Yeah.
peace, even spirituality.
And people will pay a lot for that.
They will.
I've definitely fallen for some of those marketing tricks. Have you seen this trend with younger generations?
Oh, yeah. The experience economy. They want experiences more than things.
Travel, concerts, cool restaurants. They want to make memories and connect with people,
It's like they're investing in feeling alive.
which are powerful emotions.
So this all connects back to the book's idea that money goes where it's needed. And those needs aren't always just physical or practical.
Right. Our emotions play a huge role in how money moves around, for individuals and for society as a whole.
This is so interesting. We'll have to pick this back up in the next part.
Definitely. There's a lot more to cover.
I can't wait.
Me too.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're back talking about money goes where it's needed. It's amazing how the book connects our own spending with like the whole economy.
Yeah, it's not just about our budgets. It's like money flowing through all of society.
Like blood circulating in a body.
That's such a good analogy. The book uses that too.
It's powerful, right? Like blood needs to flow to keep the body healthy. Money needs to flow to keep the economy healthy.
And the book even breaks down how that flow works.
The circular flow of money.
With individuals, businesses, government.
It seems complicated, but the book explains it really well.
Yeah, I was worried I'd get lost, but it actually makes sense.
It starts with individuals.
Mm-hmm.
We earn money from work or investments,
Right.
and then we spend that money on stuff from businesses.
Okay.
Then businesses use that money to pay their employees and invest in their operations,
And then there's the government.
taking taxes,
Yeah.
using that money for public services and helping those in need.
It's like this big dance. Everyone has a role to keep the money moving.
Exactly. But the book doesn't just explain how it works.
Mm.
It asks, how can we make it better?
Like with equitable distribution.
Yeah, that's a big one. The book says that too much wealth at the top, it can actually hurt the economy.
It's easy to think, well, they earned it, so they should keep it.
But when too much money is stuck at the top, it's like a dam blocking a river.
Oh, I see.
The water can't flow downstream, and everything suffers.
So if a few people have most of the money, the rest of us have less to spend.
And that slows down the whole economy. Fewer opportunities for everyone.
So it's not just about being fair. It's about making the whole system work better.
The book talks about things like progressive taxation and minimum wage laws.
Those are controversial.
They are.
Yeah.
But the book says to see them as ways to balance things out.
To help money flow more evenly.
Exactly. So everyone benefits in the long run. More economic activity, more opportunities.
It even mentions things like local cooperatives and microfinance.
Oh yeah, those are great examples.
I read about those microloans in developing countries. They give small loans to entrepreneurs, often women.
And it makes a huge difference.
Helps their businesses grow, helps their communities.
It shows that when people have access to money, they can create amazing things.
So it's not just about big government programs, it's about us too. Our choices matter.
Exactly. Every dollar we spend, it's a vote for the kind of economy we want.
Supporting businesses that pay fair wages, that are
Yes.
ethical, that invest in their communities.
Right. It all adds up.
Okay, so we've talked about money flowing within a country, but the book also looks at global challenges.
Yeah, like how money can help solve big problems, like climate change,
Pandemics.
humanitarian crises.
That was inspiring to read about.
It shows the power of money when it's used for good.
Like with climate change, we're finally seeing real investment in renewable energy.
Companies like Tesla, they're proving that sustainability can be profitable.
I read that renewable energy investments are now bigger than fossil fuel investments.
That's huge. That's a real turning point.
And governments are getting involved too, with agreements like the Paris Agreement.
Putting billions of dollars towards reducing emissions and sustainable development.
And let's not forget all the grassroots organizations and activists.
They've been fighting for this for so long, and now they're getting more support, more funding.
It shows that collective action plus money, it can really make a difference.
And then there's the pandemic. That was incredible how fast money was mobilized.
Trillions of dollars to develop vaccines, provide economic relief.
It was a global effort, unprecedented.
And philanthropy played a big role too.
Organizations like the Gates Foundation, funding vaccine research.